when will they ever hold the young girls on?
The Coalition statement on Syria says, "The Stop the War Coalition strongly opposes any military attack on Syria. While we oppose all use of chemical weapons, the latest alleged such attack in Damascus should not be used as a pretext for further exacerbating an already bloody civil war. It seems that the Western governments have already made up their minds about this attack before it has even been reported on by UN weapons inspectors. They are demanding that something must be done, even though their record of doing something has been nothing short of catastrophic."
Well, I always come to the peace demonstrations. They're actually the most important ones as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm a Quaker, been committed to peace all my life. I started out with CND. I find it really hard to speak about the issues of war and peace because they're just so fundamental, and we have such a terrible history of creating wars in other people's countries and causing suffering around the world. But perhaps the most disgusting aspect of all is that we're making a profit from this. You know, we're buying and selling arms. So I think the most important thing we can do is to stop the arms trade, and anything people can do, demonstrating in London in September to stop the arms trade, is the most important thing.
The misnamed envoy for peace in the Middle East, Tony Blair, is once again urging an attack. Such an attack will have no basis in international law, nor will it have any moral force, despite claims by US Secretary of State John Kerry from governments who in the past supplied Saddam Hussein with chemical weapons and who have used depleted uranium, and military intervention will make a solution to this complex civil war even more difficult and will be a direct violation of the agreements made at the recent G8 meeting to attempt to resolve this war by an international compromise.
Take a stronger view than I think that the Labour Party's taking. Yeah. I mean, it's very good that they've done it, but it, you know, it doesn't go far enough. We've been pushing for so many times on the whole 45 minutes thing in Iraq and everything. You know, we don't learn anything.
Nothing to do with the people helping the people in Syria. As we've said, the gas attack is an excuse. In my opinion, this is more to do with Iran and Syria's links with Iran and the long-term aims of the US. Their sole intention, of course, is to try and get a regime in which is pro-West and which is supportive of Western governments. But you have to say, look at what the so-called Syrian opposition is. It's the Free Syrian Army, and it appears from at least from the outside that atrocities are happening on both sides, really, at the moment in Syria. So to sort of finish, yes, opposition to all the war on there, and make it clear it's nothing to do with the people.
One action I did take was to email our noble MP, Neil Carmicheal,
Very good.
asking him not to vote for the principle of armed intervention.
Yes.
And I hope you can all take that action today as well. And I encouraged him to join the 70 dissident Tory MPs.
Well, against weapons, I'm sure maybe a lot of you know about it. We're knitting a 7-mile long pink peace scarf. It's actually an anti-tribal, so it's the whole anti-war thing. We're hundreds and hundreds of people are joining in. We're going to link up AWE, Burfield and Aldermaston. We need 7 miles of pink peace scarf, and we've got the codes already, so if anyone knits or can just spread the word, Wool Against Weapons, and we're rolling it out next year. And it's putting pressure on the government before their decision in 2016 to spend over over £100 billion on renewing tribal. So we're trying to sort of push that through and use the general election as a great opportunity to vote against that.
Right.
Well, against weapons. Thank you for knitting.